This university has grown leaps and bounds over the last 115 years. And now we are home to 13,419 students. We try to make our experience of the highest order by supporting students to the greatest degree. Access to resources is a key piece. To do that with this generation of students, technology drives that entire process. But at the end of the day, we're in service to student bodies. That is really honing in on how do we leverage technology to make certain that they feel a seamless connection to the University of West Georgia.
So the University of West Georgia Print and Mail Services, we provide printing services for faculty, staff, and students on campus. We do this to facilitate the classroom instruction at a much cheaper, a much more personalized approach. In our facility, we have a Canon 10,000 color press that has a finishing unit on the end, so we're able to get items directly off of the unit finished. That saves us a lot of time from having to do offline finishing. We have a backup Canon 810 that allows us to have a backup to that machine when it's occupied. Then we have a Canon VarioPrint 115 that we use for all of our black and white print. We use that for our course pack materials and quick run copies. And then we have an Arizona 365 GT flatbed printer that we utilize as well to print a lot of the large format, wide format applications that we have on campus.
The 10,000 is printing, finishing, a few clicks, and the job is going to be done in like no time.
The 10,000 is our workhorse machine. We went with it because we needed the speed and the capacity that it could put out. One of the neat features that drew us to it was the ability to add consumables while it was running, being able to put toner in the machine while it was still running, not have that downtime. The stacker units on the end was a big draw for us as well because you can stack up to 6,000 or more sheets. It's an inline booklet finisher is attached to the 10,000, and so we're able to finish books half-size and full-size books coming off of it. It staples and it also trims all three faces of the book, and so literally it comes off ready to go. The Canon 810 that we have, it serves as a backup. If the 10,000 is occupied running a really large job, we can use it to run other work that's in the shop.
The 810 is pretty much the same quality. That machine is capable to print envelopes, which we can do in this one because this is mostly for large quantities.
But the thing that really impresses me the most that I love about it is the long sheet feeder. It allows us to print things that would normally either have to make us outsource it or go back to traditional offset. And so that's enabled us to really transform part of our operation because we've been able to shut down our offset area and convert that space for mailroom activities. So the 115 we got because as a university we do a lot of course materials for classrooms, and that's something that, a lot of departments are working on budgets, and so we have to focus on giving them the best quality at the best price. And so those books, we work with the bookstore and we're able to send those to the 115 and get them off very quickly, very quick copies, very clean copies at a very competitive price. The shop has wanted a flatbed printer for a long time, but we wasn't sure if the quality had gotten to the point where we would be able to trust it yet. But we were really surprised at the quality that came off of the Arizona, and it's really met everybody's expectations and exceeded our customers' expectations.
I've been working with the large format since it started in this office. Using the Arizona is so much easier than using the equipment we had before. There's so many less steps that we have to take. It prints directly to the surface, and before we were having to print to other substrates and then mount them to the surfaces. It can print on plexiglass glass, it can print on corrugated boxes, paper, banner, anything that you can think of.
We like working with a single partner on things like this because for me, quality is number one. Quality is what sells printing. That's one of the things that drew us to Canon was the ability to calibrate. One of the problems we were having with an old vendor is color was very unpredictable, and to me that's just unacceptable. And so with Canon, when we started looking at other vendors, one of the things that sold us on Canon was the ability to calibrate to G7 calibration. Yeah, G7 is a color standard that enables you to have predictability across a wide gamut of colors, and so that was really a deciding factor for us, is that we could maintain that level of printing, because it's important to me to be able to print something today and match it 6 months or 6 years from now. As a university, it's all about your brand, and so we're able to ensure brand quality across the board with G7 and the Canon equipment.
One of the major attractions about the University of West Georgia was the fact that we are all self-operated in our auxiliary services. And we certainly operate our own publications and printing unit.
We own the process. We don't have to work with outside vendors and adhere to their schedules or their markups or anything like that.
Well, we have the ability to produce almost anything and produce products through the publications and printing service and the advanced technology that we've been able to assemble in that unit to make it so that we are our own full-service print shop.
So My CSA is a service portal that we have access to, that we can order contracted supplies or request service.
Using My CSA is really simple. Go into a website, entering in your information, the problem, and you get a support ticket immediately.
They know our machines, they know the consumables that we need, and then they have a variety of information about our machines, so they know what the history of the machines are as well. It's been a very helpful and efficient tool for us to use. Canon's training and service for us has been really a remarkable aspect of it. Finding a partner that really cares about what we do here and our success was really important, and we found that in Canon. We have a local rep that's here that's invested in our success, and so that matters, that they really care about what we're doing.
Canon is making my life easier because it is reliable, it is easy to run.
The past people that we dealt with, they were not as helpful. The machines, when they would break down, we had problems with, and Canon has always been very supportive. I wouldn't recommend anything else to anyone.
I would recommend Canon Solutions America to other departments and units just because of the partnership. Whenever we have a question, whenever we have a problem, whenever we have a concern, they're just an email or a phone call or even a text away. I have a lot of them's personal numbers, and I can text them and say, hey, we've got this going on. What are your thoughts on this? I would definitely say Canon Solutions America has been and is a vital partner to our success.
We need great partners and great vendors for us to be successful. There's no question about that. But having a company that comes to us and says, what can we do to help, rather than waiting for us to come to them, is the type of creative partnership that really creates value for us as a university. And that's what we have with Canon.